So should we start?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, Shushila?
Yeah, we should start. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. I call the 23rd meeting of RCBC for the Rotary year 23-24 to order. May we observe 1 minute silence for the peace of the world, please. Thank you. Now, I'd request Club Secretary Suman to make her announcements. Over to you, Suman.
Yeah. Thanks, Gargi. Hello, everyone. I will start with my announcements of birthdays and wedding anniversaries. So, starting from Monday, we have first the birthday of Community Service Director Shabir. He's celebrating his birthday on Monday. We wish him all the very best. And soon after that, on 12th and 13th, that is Tuesday and Wednesday, we have two wedding anniversaries back to back. The first one is of Megha and Sudeep Kalro, followed by Sundari and Suri on Wednesday. We wish both the couples many more years of togetherness. Coming to the projects, tomorrow we have a blood camp. This is being held in UB City and it starts at 10:30 a.m. It will be nice if any of you is able to be present there. And Prestige is actually going to be supporting us and we are hoping to collect at least 200 plus units. And if you are able to be present there and actually encourage the volunteers, it will be really nice. And coming to the the committee meetings, we have the club admin committee meeting on Sunday morning. It will be a breakfast meeting which is being hosted by Samir Gupta at Bangalore Club. These are the announcements from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Suman.
Sorry, one more thing. Madhu is the kit handover happening on Saturday. Then you can announce that as well.
Okay.
Scheduled to happen on Saturday.
All right. So once we get to know, that will also be announced. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Suman. Right. Now, I'd request past President Dr. Shushila to introduce Geethanjali Dhar, our this evening's speaker.
Thank you, Gargi. At the outside, Geethanjali, thank you very much for agreeing to do this session. We've talked about it for, I think, several months now. So, Geethanjali has become a great friend over a period of time. First met her when her husband Subir was the president of Rotary Econnect and Geethanjali was the secretary. It was an absolutely fresh new club. And it's just the amount of energy and the enthusiasm that both of them had for the work that Rotary was doing and for their own club was absolutely fabulous. And they were so receptive, and I really enjoyed working with them. Subsequently, Geethanjali and I have continued to stay in touch and collaborated, and we've done. I've really enjoyed, getting to know her. She was born in Bombay. Did a course post-graduation in clinical psychology, and after working for the print media for around 6 years, she moved on from there to pursue her interest in wildlife and nature. And that's, it's an interesting transition that she made. And then since then, she's set up the IT Nature Club, which really helps people plan their travel to, especially around sustainable ecotourism. And again, this is an area that Geethanjali is really very passionate about nature and about sustainability. And some of the tours that she has put together and taken people on, it's been so fascinating just listening to all of those stories. She is also the managing trustee of the IT Nature Trust, through which they do many very interesting interventions, some of them in livelihood, and mostly around her own business, which is things like homestays, lighting up villages in faraway places where she takes people to go to, helping with social entrepreneurs, and then also things like bird surveys. And that brings us to her big interest in birding. She is trained and certified as a birder. And so she's promised me many times that she will take me around Bangalore and show me the birds there. One day we hope that you will be able to take all of us, Geethanjali, on one such trip. This is the second year. She also looks after stray dogs and a whole bunch of other social causes. Her daughter Avantika is just as interested in many of these social activities. She is this is the second year that she is president of Rotary Econnect. And some of their projects are really fascinating and wonderful. But today we are here to listen to her talk about birds of Gambia. The background to it is that she was invited by the government of Gambia to escort a birding trip to Gambia. And she will tell us more about it, so I'm not going to talk anymore. But thank you so much, Geethanjali, for being here and agreeing to do this for us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much again, Dr. Shushila. Okay. It's always a pleasure to be part of any of your, project, as well as, thank you so much for inviting me to talk about it. But at the outset, let me also be honestly tell that I'm not an expert on birds, though I've been trained, but I'm basically a hobby birder. But my passion is, of course, as ma'am said, like sustainable tourism and how we can contribute by way of taking people to a destination and how we can contribute to that destination. Just to give a brief about why Gambia. Um, Frankly, even I never knew there's a country which was named as Gambia existed. We knew about Zambia, but never knew about Gambia. But as part of, thanks to Rotary, thanks to like some interventions that we were having in Gambia, I got in touch with the High Commissioner of Gambia, and in one of the conversation when he came to know that I'm a travel agent, he said there are so many people from Europe who come to Gambia for birding, but not a single Indian has traveled. Whereas like India is a huge like number of bird watchers who go to Kenya, who go to Costa Rica, who go to like all other places. Kenya is one of the very favorite destination as far as Africa is concerned. But so he said, like I would love if you can take a small group of people and like sort of a test marketing and see like the reaction or what we can do or how we can attract, because more travelers from India, because India is a huge market for any country, for any business, including the travel business, right? So that's how it all started. So I'll just give a brief walkthrough about what we did, how we like how we traveled, what it takes to reach Gambia. So it's just a quick run through about how it all happened. Okay, so can I share the screen? One second.
Yeah, sure.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So here is our Indian flag and the Gambian flag. And just, like this is part of IT Nature Club is my outfit, which organizes wildlife tours all over the world. So here is a brief overview of Gambia. The Gambia is not known as Gambia. It's always addressed as the Gambia because there are many reasons for it. One of the reason I believe is, I think it got its independence in the year 1963 or 64. And when people used to post their letters, it never used to reach Gambia, but it used to land in Zambia. Okay, so the first prime minister, like he decided, he wrote to UN that, like we need to add this, the Gambia, so our letters can come to us. So that is one of the reasons, though there are many reasons to it, I believe. So it has also a good cultural mix of 16 ethnic groups. Medinka is one of the languages spoken widely in the entire country. Uh, Nearly 90 plus percentage of Muslim population with a very small Christian community there, uh, but very forward, community. um, it has got beautiful beaches. It's good for swimming, water sports. It has got several national parks and wildlife reserves. You can see monkeys, baboons, even crocodiles. So there are two UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which is called as Kunta Kinte Island and Fort James Island in James Island. I mean, Fort James in James Island. um like this is just briefly about the cultural festivals that happen there. um and uh, uh, and also, like because Gambia is also known as the smiling coast of Gambia, because smiling coast of Africa, because you see everyone keep laughing at, like I never seen anyone with a sad face. Like usually, sometimes Africa brings a different kind of perspective about the people there. But wherever we went, people would just laugh and come and hug and start talking to you. I think that's a beautiful part of visiting Gambia. So, few of the practical considerations for Indian travel is that you need visa to travel to Gambia. It is not easy to get a visa, unlike other African countries. Like for Kenya, you have for Indians, like you can you have visa on arrival, but here you need to apply for your visa. Takes around 10 days time to get your visa, and English is widely spoken there, so everyone knows English. The local currency is known as Dalasi, and yeah, that is it. And you need to have your malaria shot and all the other requirement as whenever you travel to any African country. Yes, this is just to market Gambia. Sorry. So our route plan was this, from Bangalore, we traveled to Bombay, and there are no direct flights to reach Gambia. So you have to, Addis Ababa is the hub where you again change your flight, and either you land in Gambia directly, to the Banjul. Banjul is the capital city of Gambia, or you land in Senegal. Senegal is the, like if you see Gambia, the entire Gambia is actually surrounded by Senegal on three sides. And here it has got Atlantic Ocean. So the other option is you land in Senegal, come to Dakar, and cross over by road into Gambia. So that again, a bit of an adventurous travel. Yeah. So some of the beautiful birds that we saw is this Absinian ground hornbill, which is the one of the most vulnerable hornbills in the world now. We were very lucky, and we had an excellent guide who could spot it nearly, like half a kilometer away in a grassland, and we enjoyed sighting it. And here, this is called a bearded barbet. So there you will not see the normal crow that we see here. Entire country we saw only this pied crow, and this is a sort of a blue spotted wood dove as we call it. This is malachite kingfisher and greenwood hoopoe. Hoopoe that we see here are brownish color, but what we saw there is this greenwood hoopoe. These are very interesting birds. They always fly in groups and with a very funny name called piak piaks. And they make that kind of sound, it sounds like piak piak. And we in India, we have Asian paradise flycatcher, and here we have this African paradise flycatcher, which is slight a difference in the way the beak is. Like it's here in Africa. This one has got a little thick beak, so that's why. Yeah. Wattle eye is again one of the very, very beautiful little bird, very perchy, very active. And here is this, we are very lucky to see this Egyptian plover, because though it's named as Egyptian plover, it's absolutely not to be seen in Egypt, but we are very lucky to see it in Gambia. This is one of the most beautiful bird, and again, it's named as beautiful sunbird. Very, very colorful, like very shiny. This is again another hornbill, but this is a common hornbill which you get to see wherever you go in Gambia. This is again different, though, like it looks very familiar, but this is called squacco heron, quite, common there. But we were very lucky to see this giant kingfisher. It's one of the largest kingfisher in its, in kingfisher family, and it gave us very, very good, like sighting for nearly 10-15 minutes. We were all enjoying looking at it, diving into the water, catching the fish, again going and sitting on the tree. So it was fantastic sighting. This is African jacana, again a very beautiful bird, though we have a jacana in India, but this is more vibrant. The color is really vibrant and shiny and very, very beautiful looking African bird. Yeah, this is brown babbler. They again, you'll see them flying in a group. This is again a very, very beautiful bird, yellow crowned gonolek, and the speckled pigeon, like the eye is such that when you look through the binocs, you really feel, like as if it's been, like punched into his face. Very bright red, and I think these photos do not do justice for the colors that you are able to see when you look at them through your binocs. This is also a very beautiful bird, known as pin-tailed white-owl. Like when they fly, they have a very, very long beak and really looks very beautiful. It was very nice to see a healthy number of vultures all over Gambia. Hooded vultures are, like we saw it almost at all the destinations we traveled. So thankfully, they are in, like in good numbers there. Great cormorants, like you get to see them around the water bodies. Then you have scarlet-chested sunbird. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is a hawk. I think the name is spelled wrongly. And this is one of the big scops owl that we saw. Beautiful. White crowned robin chat. This is again a beautiful bird, African pygmy kingfisher, very tiny, but it gave a good sighting. Same with winding cisticola, very difficult because they will always be hidden behind long grasses, but we were just very lucky to get a view of them. Good view. So this is just a few of the birds. Though in the 10 days, we had seen almost 201 a number of species, individual species. So if anybody's, I mean, of course, like none of us were photographers, but we don't have the photos of all, but we have the list of the birds that we have seen, 221, I think, yeah. So that was a fantastic, number for us. Just one second, let me just stop. So just wanted to talk about how we traveled, what it took us to reach Gambia. Is that traveling to Gambia is not an easy proposition for Indians, because the amount of money we spend to travel to Gambia is much more than the tour cost. So flight is very, very expensive because you don't have good connections. So either you have to fly via Brussels and then reach Banjul, or you have to reach Dakar and then again you travel overland into Gambia. So like many of the underdeveloped country, you have lot of problems, in the sense you have corruption everywhere at every border. Even though we had all the letters, because like since we were almost we had all the papers, like the consulate had given us a lot of papers, so that we don't have any problem to reach Gambia. At every place, most of the place, we had to give bribe for no reason. So 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 I mean, we had not accounted all these issues while like planning the trip. So it gave us now we know, like like what it'll cost to reach Gambia. Otherwise, that was one thing. And food was a big issue for if you're a vegetarian, because they eat non-veg most of the time. And we had four of them who are pure vegetarians. Okay. So the rice was easily available, but then whenever we told them cook vegetarian, so they used to just like, we used to wonder why this was happening. They will just, when we used to tell them vegetarian, they'll get us onion, cucumber, tomato, a plate full of them in front of them. That's it. So that was vegetarian. So this was going on for almost 4 days, and we are trying to explain them, no, like we want vegetarian food. They don't eat egg, they don't eat fish, and all. And every time they used to bring these things. Then we realized, why it was happening for them. Vegetarian is these things. So then, then we like we had to tell them, oh no, we need curry along with that. Okay, so that problem got solved afterwards. The other thing is the time of travel. We traveled during the month of November, which is very, very humid, like nearly 90% of humid, so you really get tired. The good season to travel to Gambia is December, January and February. So that is the time when you really, really enjoy your travel. Of course, maybe the birds may not be as colorful as you see them during November, because that is just after their breeding time, so they'll be very colorful. But then you get really, really tired. So that is the other thing. And infrastructure wise, a lot need to be done. uh, Except in Banjul, wherever we went, the hotels were may not be of that good. Like we can't compare it with India, but they were comfortable. But yeah, a lot can be done. So one second, let me just put the. So this is it, and. But at the same time, we were very lucky to have very good birding guide. The people are, as I mentioned, very helpful, very nice, and uh, they are looking forward to welcome more of Indian travelers, Indian bird watcher to their country. We also wanted to promote because High Commissioner was very much interested to like go to for us to go and meet the tourism minister. So we went, but he had his own view about Indians. So according to him, like we were telling him, probably he can. I mean. May start having this visa on arrival scheme for Indians. But he said, I know, I don't want Indians to come because Indians are coming and taking away the jobs of all the Gambians. So that, you don't have Indian tourists going there, but you have Indians who are going and working there in huge numbers. They own big farms, like because groundnut is one of the big cash crop there, which earns them good amount of money by exporting. So Indians hold a lot of land. They own a lot of supermarkets. In fact, almost all the supermarkets are owned by Indians. So this is, yeah. So he said, no, I don't want to have this visa on arrival for only two countries. I think he said, I think Subir is here. He was also there when I met him. uh, Only Lebanese and Indians, he doesn't want to have this visa on arrival facility. So so it hurt our Indian pride, but yeah, I think, like he has the he must be trying to help his countrymen. So he feels that this is it. Yeah That's it. I think I'm open for questions if anybody wants to ask me questions about my travel. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have plenty, Geethanjali, the questions, I'm sure.
I hope so.
So
Yeah.
uh, anyone would like to open the book with a question, please start. Otherwise, I myself have got quite a two, three questions for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyone? Shushila, yes. Please go ahead, Shushila.
Geethanjali, you said that you were very happy to see a healthy population of vultures. Why do you say that it is important, and why is a healthy population of vulture important?
It's very important. They are good scavengers, right? I mean, here, if you see in India, we are losing many of the vultures because of the medicine which is being. Sorry, my laptop is okay. So, so there we are surprised. I don't know what is the reason, but almost all, I think three or four types of vulture are there, and we saw all of them. Like Gambia is a riverine country. It's like one strip of country. So. Yeah, I think that must be one of the reason the country's coastline is also very clean, neat. Like so. Yeah.
Beautiful pictures, Gitanjali.
Ari, I wanted to tell you something. These are not my pictures because I suddenly lost all the photos, and I had to request my fellow traveler Nandita to loan me these photographs. So I mean, I have a slide at the end which is thanking everyone, but I thought, like now let me just take on some questions and then move forward.
No, anyway, Nandita's photos are also very good and yours are also very good.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
thank you. Okay, by the way, Manik is one of the person who has traveled with me to way
Hello.
places.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, and she's also a member of Rotary Connect, and she's based out of Nagpur.
Okay. Okay.
It's really very nice to travel with Geethanjali
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
because
much.
she always takes us to very rare places, remote places.
Yeah. Gitanjali, I have a few questions actually. One is definitely mm, now you said that there are so many uh, negative points to reach to Gambia. So if that is the case, then as a tour person, operator person, how do you really promote it? Suppose you have to promote Indians to travel as a tourist. Okay, forget about their apprehension of Indians taking away all the jobs and all. Say, even tourists per se, if somebody has to go, then how do you kind of tackle that? That is definitely an important
Yeah, see, I would say Gambia is not for everyone. It's not a destination, say like Thailand or Switzerland, where people go for leisure tourism. We cannot definitely, as a travel agent, I'm saying I cannot target them as my customers for sure till the facilities on beyond Banjul improves. Okay, so then probably you can think about taking them. Gambia can be promoted as a very niche birding destinations along with Senegal. So that is a big advantage. And Manik is a bird watcher. So bird watchers don't look at comfort. Okay, for them, we have the. I mean, I have not mentioned that. Like when we decided to go to Gambia, we had this list of birds. We call it as target birds, not to shoot but to click and see. Okay, so for them, that is it. Like I want to see the white, I want to see the hooded vulture, I want to see the Egyptian plover. So if they get to see it, paisa vasool for them. They're not bothered about the stay, how it is, khana pina, and anything. So the Gambia, I think, for the next few years, it's a good destination for people who love wildlife or birds.
So it's a very niche market actually, and I
Yes,
guess only the hardcore bird
yes,
watcher will
yes,
be interested to travel
yes,
there,
yes,
taking
yes.
all the odds on their stride and
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
But
But
at the same time, if you talk about Banjul, Banjul is a beautiful place because it has got lovely beaches and clean beaches, very good, like five-star hotels. So, but then the birds reside outside of Banjul. So people may not go only to Banjul, right? Maybe, like they are trying to promote Banjul as a wedding destination because of its beautiful beach fronts.
yeah.
Yeah, so but then, yeah, I mean, for it's not a place for leisure tourism, definitely.
By the way, Geethanjali, you didn't tell your wedding experience with Subir.
Yeah, so my slides are still gone, so I thought I'll in between just. Okay, so I was talking about, they are happy-go-lucky people, and they want to make you happy. So we were in this lodge called Jamoral Lodge, which is again a beautiful destination as far as birds are concerned. And we wanted to include few of the cultural things. And like I had mentioned that, okay, let's have some dance, tribal dance, for my guests. So it was very surprising. We didn't know about that. We stayed. It was very hot, like like we were sweating because it's a humid weather, right? So then said, yeah, we have a function ready, but we want a bride and groom in the group. So I was thinking, why? No, we will have a wedding ceremony done. Yeah, we want to show you how the tribal wedding happens.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, Subir was there, and I became the bride, and he became the bridegroom. And we had a very, dance, like a lot of rituals and some tribal things, they wanted us to do. We wore the tribal dress, so it was fun.
You should have shown some slides.
No, I thought this is we were talking about birdside.
Okay, birding.
Yeah, maybe, like I can add that and send it across. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Since you
Yeah.
were talking about the birds of Gambia, probably the wedding part of it was kept out of it.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Then it's not a kind of a absolute Indian style holiday destination. It cannot
No.
be
Mm,
called that, but
no.
very niche country. But I'm really amazed to know that where all the Indians have reached. Yeah, that is
Oh, Gargi,
amazing.
I must tell you two incidences. Okay. This is not in Gambia because we had a long layover in Ethiopia. Okay.
Okay.
And when you have a long layover in Ethiopia, Ethiopian Airlines, we flew Ethiopian Airlines, they give you a stay at Addis Ababa for the night. In there they have their own five-star hotel. And we happened to see one very nice young girl. I mean, you can make out through her abaya that she's a very beautiful girl. And same Nandita, whose photographs I have used here. So she thought that she's an Indian. So she went to her and started talking to her that, I want to catch my next flight. So uh, and then, some message she showed to Nandita about, I mean, then that message was from her husband who was in Lusaka. Okay. And she was getting married in Lusaka and she was traveling alone. The husband and husband's family, she says, they are in Lusaka. And because the airfare is so high, my parents, I mean, they can't, like accompany me. So I am going alone to Lusaka. This is, like we were amazed. I mean, for her, the only communication, because she couldn't speak English. So, like wherever she needed help, her husband would message in English on her WhatsApp, and she would show it to the person from whom she's seeking help. Okay, so what an adventurous life.
Yes, I know, I know.
So this is one incident, and the second was in Gambia actually. And my guide kept on telling us, like there's this Indian lady, like there are a lot of Indians in Gambia who sell medicine. Okay, so we thought, like maybe some doctor must have come, or some Ayurvedic doctor, like sometimes they practice and all. No, actually, we went for our lunch somewhere, and then he just came and said, Gita, come here, like I want to introduce you to this lady, like she sells medicine, and her medicine is very popular here. So I go out and I check, and I come to know that she is from Shimoga. She is from Shimoga, and she is from this Hakki tribe. Okay. And there's a huge, some 2,000 members of the Hakki tribe are actually settlers in and around Sudan, Gambia, Senegal, and they sell these small bottle. which I believe they bring it from Shimoga. They have a shop. She has given me the card also somewhere. It is there. So she and her husband, because that time when we were there, I think in November, there was this huge thing happened when Sudan, there was some problem, right? And all Indians were evacuated. Rather, government made arrangement to evacuate them, and that's how they landed in Gambia. Instead of coming back home, I think they decided to, like move now to Gambia. And uh, uh, we just asked them, like, how do you manage? So yeah, Gambia is a very have nice like country, and no problem here. We just rent out one room for around, I think, Indian rupees 10,000. And like then we move, like once our bundle of medicines get over, then we get it again from India, and then we start selling again.
By the way, did they speak Kannada?
Yeah, beauty. She Kannada, Hindi, sub.
Acha.
Uh,
And what is
so
the local language of Gambia?
they speak Madinka. That's a tribal language.
Right.
Medinka, yeah. Maybe Subir, because I was birding, but Subir was speaking to a lot of locals. Subir, you want to say something about your experience in Gambia? Because he's not a birder. So,
Yeah.
so bird watchers used to go around and, yeah. Subir, I think he need to be unmuted.
Yeah. I think so.
While he's doing that, Geethanjali, quick question.
Huh.
Birds you talked about, what about animals?
No, they don't have much animals except for deer. But of course, you have the apes, baboons. Yeah, baboons and monkeys are there. Not apart from that, they do not have
Oh,
crocodiles are there. Yeah,
okay.
Did you see
That's
any
interesting.
baboons there,
yeah, yeah,
Gitanjali?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We saw.
Acha.
We saw a family, and yeah.
Okay. And any other animal which you
They have deers we didn't see, but baboons, yes, we had a good sighting of baboons.
Acha.
Is
I
there a
think yes.
huge forest area or something like that in the country?
Yeah. The entire country is very, because it's a riverine.
Okay.
The river Gambia flows throughout the country,
Okay.
so it's very rich country that way. Like if you talk about forest, if you talk about greenery, it's green everywhere.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe Subir is not.
He may have dropped out, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. Yep. Right. Does anyone else has any question? It's a very fascinating country, I must say, in a way, like we hardly know much about them.
Yeah, but at the same time, India is helping a lot. The country, I mean, in
I
fact,
have a
India.
question.
Hello, yeah.
Do you have birds from India migrating there?
No,
You don't have any birds that migrate from India to the
no,
Gambia.
not rare. You get to see some of the birds which you get to see in India also, like osprey,
Okay.
mynas. So these are the common birds which you get to see here as well as there. But
Oh,
migration, no.
all right.
Because it's on the western part,
Okay.
right?
That's the other side of the Africa. For us,
Yes.
it is for the birds from
Yeah.
here to be a little far.
Yeah, so they get birds which may be migrating from, say, Caribbean and America, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
must become. Yeah, like India is building their university. The big university is being built by Indian support. A
Mhm.
lot of their bridges, lot of infrastructure is being done by the Indian government.
Yeah, we're trying to put our influence there.
Yeah. But I said, I was mentioning, like our Indian pride got hurt when he said, no, I don't want to give visa on arrival to Indians.
We'll have to take it positively that we are our people are sharper.
Yes, like that's what we were very surprised to know that, there's a chain of five-star hotels owned by Indians. As I mentioned, and all the supermarkets are owned by Indians. The big landowners are Indians. Yeah. And
So naturally, they'll be a little worried.
But do you give the citizenship also to
I
the
it's
Indians?
it's uh I'm not sure about that, but I know that you can invest there uh, with a tie-up with the local. We also see a lot of Americans and Europeans buying land and settling down there. They're all expats, so they come to Gambia during winter, the harsh winter. They come and stay here, and they have beautiful bungalows. Like huge, huge mansions built up there.
And how is the law and order?
Very safe, absolutely. We never had any problem. So I, of course, like any country, there may be having some, but otherwise, we didn't feel any problem. I mean, nobody said anything. There's, you never felt, like uncomfortable anywhere.
Right,
That's how I want to put it. Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. Any more question on Gambia? So this is probably a very rare opportunity. We get to know absolutely a new country. I'm sure many of us have not really heard about this country as such. I'm sure.
No,
So
even I never heard Gargi, to be very frank, till I happened to meet the High Commissioner himself, because from our club we are supporting one student for postgraduate master's program in public health.
I think he was inducted recently in your club,
Yes,
right?
yes, 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 yes. In fact, he would have joined, but he just left for Gambia. Okay,
Okay.
I think yeah, and he'll be back only first or second of Jan. So yeah,
So after that, you can have your meeting with him. Right.
yeah.
Okay. So, and any more question, anybody? Then no.
I think Geethanjali had some more slides, she was saying.
No, no, no. Uh, I just wanted to thank the people. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just I wanted to say thank you to Nandita. I mean, these are I always feel happy when there are more adventurers joining my adventure tours. Knowing very well that like it's not a smooth sail to travel with such destinations, and I'm very happy to say that we are the first group of Indian travelers. Like tourists, not travelers, tourists who to visit Gambia. So I'm thankful to Nandita, and of course, she has shared all these images. And Subir, Jagadishan sir, and Sundari ma'am. Jagadishan sir is almost reaching now in his 80s, mid 80s, and same with Sundari ma'am and Hemant. He's also a Bangalorean, and of course, His Excellency Mustafa Jawara, who's the High Commissioner. He facilitated a lot of things for me to have this smooth ride across Gambia. Very, very nice person, and I wish he could have joined today. But yeah, very humble, very, very helpful, very nice. And like we are doing a lot of projects together again. And of course, Rotary Club of Banjul, who are now our sister club. Along with them, we are also doing a couple of projects. And of course, uh, this beautiful journey would not have been possible without our birding guide Abdullah Endur, who was excellent guide. Like he's got sharp eyes, sharp ears. He could identify birds with just the call, and like there, like we could get those birds. So yes, so that's it. And thank you, Rotary Club of Cantonment, to giving me this opportunity to present Gambia to all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Now, may I request Rotarian Susan to give the official vote of thanks, please.
Thanks, Gargi, and thank you to Rotarian Geethanjali. I think for many of us on the call before we logged in, we had no idea where Gambia was on the map and what to expect there. So, although the title of the talk today was Birds of Gambia, I think it has been more about the ODC that you and your friends have accomplished in this trip. And you've given us a very good overview on the entire society and what the geopolitical inferences to a trip like this. So thank you for those insights, and we look forward to hearing many more adventures from you and your gang. And we'll always be happy
And
to.
I also look forward to having one of you as part of our adventures.
Thank
We are
you.
going.
Susan will be the first one.
Yeah. We will be going to Colombia, then we are going to Mongolia also.
Wow.
Susan,
So
it
also looking
won't be.
forward to hearing many more exciting tales.
Yes, Susan, it won't be less exciting than your Meghalaya. Okay, right.
Thank you so much, Susan, and
Yes,
of course, thank you, Sushila ma'am.
Sushila ma'am. Okay, okay, right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much,
Thank you.
Geethanjali, for speaking to us. And
Thank you.
as Susan said, that we got to know a lot of things actually, which we didn't know hitherto, we never heard of anything. So thank you so much. I'm sure probably we will be having sometime again a program when we will look at the bigger perspective and we'll
Sure.
talk. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much,
Thank you, Gati.
everybody,
Thank
for
you.
participating. And I adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.